and welcome to the Invisible Man Show with me, Stephen. Hope you're well and that you've had a good week. A bit of breaking news before we preview the Brentford game. Phil Foden is not in the England squad, which I'm happy about. I think, although I do like seeing City players in the national team to have recognition for their form, but I don't think it really matters. I think Phil needs a bit of a break. He's been busy, hasn't he, since the last round of international games. And let's have it right. If he plays well for City and keeps it up, he'll be going to the World Cup. No amount of friendlies or Tim Pot qualifiers are going to make any material difference. Premier League form and Champions League form will get him in. So I'm confident he'll be going to the World Cup. Trafford and Stones have been called up, so make that what you will. But yeah, happy that he'll get a break and he can go and do some fishing or whatever else it is he does in his spare time. Yeah, so today we're going to preview the Brentford game and finish with a chat about some of the other big Premier League games this week. It's been a while since my last video. It's snowed under with work, but that looks like it's gone well, so it's been worth it. So hopefully the videos can be a bit more frequent in the next couple of weeks. But we'll just touch on the Monaco game first. What were your thoughts on the team selection? I was a bit disappointed that Nico G didn't start. I thought Gonzalez had a good game against Burnley, certainly enough to play against Monaco. But that didn't happen. Rodri started. He got fouled or clattered into and then didn't really look the same after it. Then Gonzalez come on and I thought he looked good and I thought the team looked a bit better, particularly in the second half. But Nico, he has a habit of giving fouls away that he doesn't believe are his fault. So in the second half, he won the ball, put his hand out to protect himself, foul, give the free kick that led to the penalty. A bit of a dive, I think, but again attributed to him. And then the penalty that he gave away. I've seen a lot of jumping up and down about this penalty, that it wasn't a penalty. He only hit him with his shin. He didn't kick him with his studs. He this, he that. When I first saw it happen, I said penalty straight away. And I think if you go around putting your foot up like that, particularly in Europe, in a penalty box, away from home, when you know players are going to be coming in with their heads, I think you're asking for trouble. And trouble is what we got. Harsh, maybe, but it's a game in Europe, isn't it? These things aren't typically penalties. So yeah, a 2-2 draw away to Monaco. I'm not too concerned. I believe people have been jumping up and down on Twitter about how bad the performance was. I'm not on Twitter anymore. I can't be dealing with it. I've got better things to do. But I don't see it. I thought we played well. I mean, lesser, us not scoring any more goals. I don't really see what a lot we could do. I mean, the performance overall was good, I thought. Stones at right back, I'm not sure. I thought him on the right back, now Silva at right wing, that side of the pitch is dead. However, we did have plenty of opportunities to win the game, and if Foden scores that one that hits the bar, Reinders scores that one that hits the bar, or they don't get that penalty, it's 2-1, and thank you very much. It's been a great day at the office. So I'm not sure where the criticism comes. I'm certainly not sure where the criticism of Reinders comes from. I've seen a lot of that on Blue Moon. Whether that's as the fan base as a whole, I'm not sure. But I like the guy. I think he's very, very close to being very, very good. I think that goes in against Monaco. That's another goal. One against United, he should have scored. 2 against United, he should have scored. In fact, and I think there's 1 or 2 others. So he's been a couple of inches away from having a fantastic start to his City career. I think he's played well so far. So far, so good. And he's got the quality to put it all together. I'm certainly not having this, let's drop him and play Kovacic that I heard on another platform today. Forget that one. No, I'd ride with Reinders until he either falls off a cliff. It shows he can't do it all until he clicks into form. And I think he will click into form. So I have every faith in him, really. So yeah, I think it's an overall good performance. Haaland got another 2. We're out of things to say about him. O'Reilly again, very, very solid, very, very good. Guardiola I thought was a bit iffy, particularly in that first half where he flew in at their strike on the break. So I think we need to see less of that. Just run with the guy. Just run with the guy. Don't dive in like that. And put your collar down as well. I know I sound a bit old, but yeah, put your collar down. Okay, so that's that. Overall good. 4 points out of 2 games. I think it's a friendly selection of fixtures. We've got the Champions League. So if we don't finish the top 8, I'm confident we'll finish in the top half of the playoffs. We should get an easier time. I don't think we're down amongst the dead men like we were last year. And that brings on to Brentford, who I expect a similar type of game from, really. I mean, I saw those a couple of goals they scored against United. I mean, obviously our defenders are better than Harry Maguire, but the sort of defend deep when it breaks Henderson, blam it over the top to a whipping. I can see that paying off against us. I really can. If we're not alive to the danger, because when we know Kusanov, they're going to be on a high. They'll target that area all day long as a place for them to attack. I think it's going to be a really tricky game, to be honest. I was listening to a Brentford fan on Blue Moon earlier today, and he was saying broadly happy, I think, with Keith Andrews, broadly happy with the team. Said Henderson's their best player at the moment. It has been since the season started. And then you look at their form. They've had a few iffy results, but they beat United. But even he said, what do you take from that? Very similar to what we thought when we beat United. I mean, they're that bad. You're not really sure whether it's a good result or everyone's going to beat them, so it doesn't make a blind bit of difference. But nevertheless, I think they'll be on a high. They'll be looking to take us down as well. And I think they've got things like Monaco, that quality that Monaco had, that we potentially struggle with. They keep it tight between the lines, defend deep, and then blam it forward, and they take it from there. So I think an early goal for us is important. And if we do win, I think that, well, never mind, I think that will be a fantastic run of results from end of international break, start of international break to end of international break. Beat United, drew with Arsenal, beat Napoli, beat Huddersfield, beat Burnley, and drew with Monaco, and then beat Brentford. Thank you very much. I mean, if you put it like that, as soon as we get beat off Brighton, I think, well, I definitely would have snapped your hand off, and I expect most people would have done as well. But the team selection's a little tricky, isn't it? I think we'll have Donnarumma in net, obviously. Left back O'Reilly, centre halves Guardiola, Diaz, but it's right back again, isn't it? It's what happens when you don't buy a right back. You're stuck with a variety of options, but none are optimal. We'll start with Lewis. I think Lewis has had a strange start to the season. Actually, he played really well against Wolves. We rejected a bid for him, give him a new contract, and then he's not really been seen significantly since. And I don't expect him to be seen here today either. I don't think he'll play. I don't think it's a suitable game for him to be playing at right back. Stones played right back against Monaco. No pace, is he? Good on the ball, keeps the ball. He's very aware as a defender, but we'll have Lato Bernardo on the right wing, I expect. So do we want another dead side of the pitch? But then that leaves us with Nunes, doesn't it? I mean, I never thought I'd say it, but is he the best option for this game? He can run, but it's a bit of an empty, isn't he? You can see it already. Ball goes over his head. I don't know. What do you think? Comments below, please. Let's go Stones. I think less likely to make big errors. I think that's the basis of which I'm going to pick him. Less likely to make big errors. So, yeah. O'Reilly, Guardiola, Diaz and Stones. Defensive mid. I'm nervous about playing Rodri, but international breaks next. I reckon we play him for an hour, take him off, pretend he's injured, so he doesn't have to go away with Spain and gets another 2 weeks off. I think that's the strategy. And hopefully we'll goal or two up by then. Nico can come on, and then we just see the game out. Nice. That's what I'm hoping for. And then Reinders and Phil in midfield. I think that's pretty straightforward. With Doku left wing, I know he's playing lots of games at the moment, and Monaco wasn't his best. But what else are we going to do? Play Savio? Don't think so. I'll come on to him in a minute. And then Haaland up front and Bernardo right wing, and then him and Foden could change around like as Arsenal, depending on game state and things of that nature. But Savio, he's getting a lot of grief. Is it justified? Probably not. But you do open yourself up to it when you start fannying around, saying you want to go to Tottenham, inferring that you want to go to Tottenham, making yourself open to a move to Tottenham. It's just how it is, mate. You're going to get a load of stick because, quite frankly, you've been shit since the start of the season, albeit you're injured and you're young and all the rest of it. All that's factored in. But if you start behaving like a big boy, wanting more games to have at City or want to go to Tottenham, you're going to get treated like a big boy. Yeah, maybe it's a bit harsh, but that's the game you're in, buddy, I'm afraid. Would I play him? No. Would I bring him off the bench if we're looking for a goal? I suppose we'd have to, wouldn't we? But he wouldn't get in ahead of Marmoush, but Marmoush isn't fit, and neither, well, Cherky isn't yet, but, well, maybe he'll make the bench. We'll find out later today. So, yeah, I think we'll go as we were, and so Haaland, Doku, and Bernardo as a front three, and take it from there and hope it works out. But we need goals from other players. We're really struggling. Haaland's got however many he's got. I think the next one's Foden with 2. Own goal has got a couple, and then it's handful on 1. And it's October now. We're getting on a bit, aren't we? So, yeah, a few need to start pulling their finger out. Reinders been getting in the positions, needs to find his shooting boots. So does Foden, Scottish United's going to sort of field, do the goals on Sunday. And anyone else who fancies chipping in is more than welcome to, because without Marmoush, they don't scream goals, do they? They don't scream goals, this team. So I think overall, we're in a good space. I believe that if we play to our best, we'll win. I think we will play to our best, and we will come out 3-0 winners. I'm going to go for 3-0. And I'm going to back Reinders again to score. Reinders, Haaland, Foden. Don't know about that order, but that's what I'm going for. And I think it'll be pretty comfortable in the end. And it is a big game, though, isn't it? Because Arsenal have got a gimme at home to West Ham, I think they're playing. And then it's Liverpool away to Chelsea. Now, whilst Liverpool have been on a bad run of results, I don't think it's quite been as bad as Chelsea's. Well, whilst Chelsea won during the week, I watched the first half against Benfica, and they could have been 3-0 down after 15 minutes, Chelsea. So I've got very little faith in them. I don't think the manager's going to last the season. I don't know why people rate them particularly highly. I don't rate the goalkeeper. I don't rate the defenders. The midfield's okay. I don't rate many of the wingers, and I don't rate the striker. But other than that, they're really good. So, I don't know where the faith in Chelsea comes from outside of winning the Club World Cup and having a good day against Paris Saint-Germain. But, if they fancy themselves, that's up to them. Well, Liverpool have got lost at Galatasaray. I didn't watch it, but that can happen to anyone. They're a bit disjointed at the moment, get players back to fitness, a bit iffy at the back. But I'd expect them to turn Chelsea over. If they don't turn Chelsea over, though, then it's wide open, isn't it? Then, it's early doors, isn't it? But then we've got City get 3 points. That was us made up, 6 points in 2 matches. It's so easy you can't turn around. City got to do our bit. We've got to win. I think we will. But Liverpool, I don't know. If as bad as people are telling me they are, then they'll get beat. But I don't think they are. So I think I'll go for a draw in that 2-2. 2-2. It's Friday night, isn't it? I'm out Friday night with my friends for a part of another friend's birthday. So I'll miss that. But I'll be keeping my eye on it on BBC Score and whatnot. So yeah, I go 2-2. But there's a game before that which could be a real comedy show. United Sunderland, 3:00 Saturday. I'm surprised that manager's still there. What else is to say? What else is there to say? He's lost some big players though, in terms of personalities in the media. Two or three Cockneys from Talk Sport, and the one from Bournemouth, Alex Crook. They've all lost faith. He's lost Rooney. He's lost Neville, and that Brummie from the Overlap is almost in tears on his channels. It's not looking good. Quite apart from the celebrity fan, the fans in the ground can't be happy. The performances and results have been diabolical, and I don't see how he survives much longer. Now, when you're in the territory of we need to beat Sunderland to keep you in the job, it's curtains. It's curtains because the next defeat is only around the corner. If you it's like they say you've got 3 games to save your job, you haven't really. It's curtains. Postponing the inevitable. So let's say they do beat Sunderland, then what? Then it's 2 weeks of an international break, and then it's Liverpool away. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I'd like him to go out in disgrace. I'd like him to beat at home to Sunderland, and then have to leave in the pissing down rain. That long walk that is to Sunderland in the pissing down rain would be a great shot to see the back of him, and then see which other clown they get in afterwards. I'm not having Glasner or Iriola going there mid-season. I'm not having it. Maybe I'm wrong, but they must be mental to even consider it. I know United could pay us, but their reputation destroyed it. So we'll see how that pans out. So so I think we'll win. I think we'll gain on Liverpool, and I think we'll have a good weekend overall. and then I'll be back with a review on Monday, probably. Put it Monday. Tuesday's probably a bit late. So I'll do it Monday, and then with the international break coming up, I'll probably do a few sort of related topics, is any breaking news or anything of that nature. But if you got this far, thank you. If you want to come on, put something in the comments, and we can sort something out mid sort of international breaks when it's a bit dead. We can just have a chat about all things City and beyond. But yeah, I appreciate you staying this long. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And be careful of the weather. It's going to be horrific this weekend. So take care, and I'll see you with the review on Monday.